Thanks, Rachel. I'm looking to see if Chile can stop Shadowburn. You know, they had such a hard time shutting down Seagull yesterday on his Genji. I want to see if Chile, you know, they've kind of gone back, looked at some of the film, and see if they can adapt a little bit more.
It's going to be difficult. Really, there's a very short list of people in the game that can deal with Shadowburn's Genji. I don't know if Chile is going to have the tools. I'd say for them, you want to go for more matchup-related things. Run a Winston, run Zarya, run things that at least can sort of put a Genji on the back foot, even if you can't outduel him.
And look, in the position that they're in, they should just try about anything, right? I mean, what do they have to lose? I mean, you come out, something doesn't work, just switch to something that might be unorthodox that can really, you know, throw a wrench at Russia and what they're trying to do. The first map in this best of 3 will be Hanamura. The second map will be Route 66. Going into this one, ZP as well. I mean, you know, talking a little bit about Russia. I mean, we saw them, you know, make quick work of Germany yesterday. We just saw Germany fall to USA. I think I don't know how much we can put the stock in Russia, you know, after that Germany game, because it seems like Germany probably not as good as we originally anticipated. So you don't really know Russia, what they really are right now. You don't know if they're that superpower that we saw yesterday against Germany. Maybe they come in. I don't know if Chile gives them like a big run for their money, but maybe they make it kind of interesting.
I think Chile right now, they're trying to catch them a little bit off guard with this early bastion, which has happened before. It's not, usually teams can work around it, but maybe it'll catch Russia off guard, because remember, when you attack this first point here on Hanamura, all you need to do is get 1 to 2 early pickoffs while still maintaining your full strength, and you can usually just overwhelm with respawns. But no matter what, I think this is going to be rough for Chile. But I do like what we're seeing here, where they are opening with a Winston, and that's good to help deal with Genji, or the Shadowburn's Genji.
Well, you would think potentially, right, you need that Winston to get that engage over, that mobility. If the other team was running a Mei, but on the defensive end, you will not see a Mei from Russia. It'll be on Fix, on McCree, Shadowburn on Genji, and ANAC will be running Reapers. So they're going to be going with that 3 DPS again, just trying to overwhelm this Chilean team.
Absolutely, and one thing not to be underestimated is that Unfixed is a multi-talented player. We've seen him do well on Flex, we've seen him do well on Tank, and going McCree here for Russia, he's been doing pretty well also. So multiple threats here on this Russian team.
Yeah, it looks like Russia's just going to give Chile a lot of space here at the door to operate. Not going to be too aggressive, but it's going to be ANAC picking up that first kill for Russia, and you see Shadowburn just getting out of the way, has some teammate support there, and we saw just how good Seagull was. On Genji, you could make an argument Shadowburn is probably, you know, if not the best Genji in the world.
He's at 80% ult charge after one fight, and he wasn't even the one doing most of the damage in that fight. I mean, right now we very well could be going into anything you can do, I can do better between Genji, or between Shadowburn and Seagull here on Genji. So this, I don't know, it's going to be ugly, because Shadowburn, he's going to have a Dragon Blade here for this next fight, and Chile will not have a good response to this.
And what makes Shadowburn such a strong Genji player?
What makes him such a strong Genji player is that he's not reliant on Dragon Blade. He does really well with it, but he can get 3 and 4 kills without it. Here he goes. He's going right in. Dragon Blade unsheathed. Doesn't get what he's looking for immediately. Will take out the Ana, dives into the backline, has done enough damage for the rest of his team now to just swarm all around them.
And I think just him with that Dragon Blade coming from above, it just, you know, strikes fear into the Chilean side, and they have to look up. The rest of his teammates are attacking from the front, and it's an easy hold there for Russia. Now, Russia does have some ultimates to work with in this next fight. You'll have Reds with that Earthshatter. ANAC will have that Death Blossom. Unfixed will have the Deadeye. And you look on the side of Chile, they really have nothing to work with ZP.
And that's the problem for Chile, is that the wipes that they've had here, where they have gone in and died, they haven't gotten much ult charge out of it. Meanwhile, Russia, they are banking ult after ult, and here we go again. Soundbarrier comes in from Chile. They get nothing from it. Counter, Nano Boost is out, and here comes the Death Blossom. Hook can stop ANAC, but not before most of the Chilean team is dead.
Yeah, right now they can just not pick up any kills, Chile. They're trying everything they can. They use the sound barrier to get in, get a little bit more sustainability. They do not last long in the fight. Right now, it has been all Russia. Shadowburn 9-0, Godspeed 9-0 as well. And McCree 7-0. It's going to be unfixed for the side of Russia. So 3 players playing very well here early.
They're playing incredibly well, and Chile has been struggling to get a single kill right now. They will have Dragon Blade in the Primal Rage, but X, I gotta tell you, if it doesn't work out in this next fight, it's gonna be rough. They only have 1:30 left. That translates to about 2 good pushes, and here they go.
Yeah, and they're gonna dive pretty strong into the backline. It's gonna be Shal pulling out that Dragon Blade. He does not last long, though. Reds pins him right up against the wall, and you see the kill feed. It is all blue. Chile is trying all they can. It's gonna be a Primal Rage there for Serpater now. He is going to fall. It is just going to be Roar scratch up. He drops as well. Another stronghold there from Russia, and Chile has tried absolutely everything ZP. In this next fight, they'll probably have a Graviton Surge to work with, and that'll be it. I don't know what they can combo with that. Really nothing right now. I mean, they have no other ultimates. It's a very difficult position to be in.
They need Roar to come in with the Graviton of his life because Russia has way more resources going in. They have the Dragon Blade, Death Blossom, Anak goes right in, immediately picks up two. Shadowburn into the back, gonna be able to hold this Dragon Blade in Chile, getting flawlessly wiped out once more.
That'll be a team kill in favor of Russia. So still, the defense holds strong for this Russian team. They were so good yesterday against Germany. So strong now against Chile. We could go take a look at this from Anak's POV. Comes in with the Death Blossom, and he gets the Nano Boost as well. Picks up 3, grabs another one as well. That very strong setup here. You see him just hiding behind that door. As soon as the players from Chile jump in, he is just going to cause a ton of problems. Shadowburn does have that Dragon Blade, and oh, he reflects the Graviton right back at him. Fantastic play there from Shadowburn.
Beautiful reflected. Shadowburn just going in, has a double kill, looking for more, gets in on Winston. And X, this was a flawless victory from Russia. They did not lose a single person the entire time. Their positioning was so good to not give up early picks. And if you can't get that initial pick, it's very hard to crack open the first point of Hanamura.
I feel like saying that was a strong defensive setup from Russia would not do it justice. Yeah. I feel like
it was dominant.
Yeah, it was a dominant first half there from Russia. Chile in a world of trouble here now, going on the defensive side of things. CP, what would you like to see them try? At this point, they got to just try something, right? Catch Russia off guard?
Open things up with a good pickoff. At least get on the board for that. Try and unsettle Russia, but holding first point on Hanamura is very difficult to begin with. And take a look at the stats here for Shadowburn. It's ridiculous.
Fairly good. I mean, you see his eliminations match his best kill streak. You can take those two numbers. You can kind of put together how many deaths he has out of that. And no, Shadowburn, just such an issue for opposing teams to deal with on Genji. Now, we'll see what Russia goes with here. It looks like Unfixed will be on Hanzo, so trying to get an early first pick here. Once they get that, you'll be able to see Shadowburn just dive in to the opponent's side of the map and then really cause a lot of problems.
I gotta say, X, by the way, I feel bad for all these arcade machines. Someone out there is restocking them, putting them back in, and teams just keep coming in and destroying all of them. It's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, this has to be, I don't know, but I mean, I do not see many arcades around my area. I feel like this has to be one of the last arcades left. I don't know what this thing is. So I see this every time I play and come out of the spawn. I don't really understand. Is that painting something?
It's painting, it's constructing something.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
He's back.
This is your favorite hero.
No, it is not. I did have a spree of a few games where I love to play some Torbjorn. I know Chris Puckett out there loves a good game of Torb. See if it works out for Charlotte in Chile, though. They'll use that turret to probably watch that top area as Shadowburn comes over the top, but I feel like Russia will be able to make quick work of that turret. It'll be offense for Russia. All they have to do is capture the point, and they will win this first map. We'll see Unfixed on Reaper, Shadowburn on Genji, and we'll see how they deal with that Torb turret once they make around this corner.
The one nice thing about Torb is that Torb can apply a bit of pressure to your flanking characters. It gives them less mobility, less freedom because they have to worry about it. But Russia right now, not to be deterred, they just roll right in, muscling through. They pick up the first kill, take down the turret, and X. This is going from bad to worse right now for Chile.
Yeah, and it looked like they were trying to play around that turret, and as soon as Russia saw it around the corner, Reg just pushed right up to it with his Reinhardt shield, and they were able to take it out with ease. It's going to be Russia on the point. They get an early, clean wipe. And this should be a victory for Russia. They're able to take point A. A dominant performance from Russia in game number 1.
I feel like Russia has improved even from just day 1 to day 2. One of the things in talking with Russia, they didn't get quite as much prep as other teams, and this is a little bit scary if you're the U.S. team looking at what Russia's doing right now. Of course, U.S. and Russia will be matching up tomorrow. That should be great. But Russia definitely building a case for one of the better teams here in this exhibition.
They have been a standout team, but in every sense of the word, right? I mean, Shadowburn has really just come into his own, become a star here on Genji. And now we met up with Russia a little bit earlier this week. Let's learn a little bit more about them.
Team Russia is exciting to watch because they do have that core of high individually skilled players. They do have an enormous superstar in Shadowburn, and they're in a group with a whole lot of variation involved in it.
It means a lot for me. I'm really proud to present Team Russia. feels really good right now to play a really huge esport game. Obviously, if we win the whole tournament, then I would be incredibly proud.
Personally, I think almost every game that Russia's involved in this group stage should be a close one and should just be great for people to watch.
We're using this time to get as much practice as we can. Our main focus was getting 2 of our inexperienced players up to speed.
Just as always, you need to practice, practice, practice. It's really important to communicate with each other because, like, some heroes, they don't really frag people, but they help other heroes to frag. So it's really important to just talk with each other all the time. Key to our team success is clean and simple execution.
We're just here to play good games and make Russia proud.
They are definitely making Russia proud, looking at like one of the strongest teams here, ZP. And we talked a little bit coming into this event, maybe Germany is the best in this group, up with USA. It's like Russia's definitely making a case for it.
They are making a case for it in all ways right now, and they really are one of the big contenders here in Group B. And now for them, all they have to do to add another win to their total and very much make it likely that they will be going to BlizzCon weekend is get through Chile here on Route 66.
Yeah, it'll be a big win here. They can get it against Chile. They would go 2-0 in their group thus far. Still a match versus Team USA to be coming soon. That'll be tomorrow. Now, we'll see. Russia will be on offense here first. You'll have Chile on defense. So they'll go with McCree and Reaper as their 2 DPS heroes. So you'll probably think they'll be playing on top of that Big Earl's gas station right behind there. Reinhardt trying to lay some damage from above. On the side of Russia, it'll be interesting. Obviously, you can still change up their composition, but Diva would give them an option to just really fly up on there, cause a lot of chaos. I feel like what Russia is like trying to do to Chile is just cause chaos on their side of the map, just ramp up that pace of play, and that's where they know Chile cannot hang with them.
Absolutely, and for Chile, a big question mark here is, will Yibran be able to contain Shadowburn? They didn't have much luck with it on Hanamura. They're going to get another shot here on Route 66, but just to bear in mind what is at stake here for Chile. If they lose here on this map, it is very unlikely that they're going to be able to go BlizzCon weekend. That would be it for them, and for them, this is do or die.
Yeah, and it'll be game number 2 between Russia and Chile getting underway here. You see Shadowburn, as soon as he peeks around the corner, knows exactly what Chile's strategy is going to be. We'll see what Russia does to break this, whether they try and just get Shadowburn on top of Big Earls right away, dive through some of the players, and you see he lands a nice headshot there with those shurikens onto Yibran. So maybe when they get one of these players for Chile weak, that's when they'll start and push. But you see Chile is actually going to fall down from above the gas station. This could turn out horribly from them, ZP. You see Shadowburn get on top, barely staying alive. Oh, and just does not make it out with his life. Yibran's able to take him out. Now you see he's put to sleep, and kills being exchanged from both teams. But it looks like Russia's still winning these battles. They're playing from that lower ground. They're not able to get the high ground, and they're still moving this payload effectively.
Russia's trading out very effectively here, and the problem with Shadowburn is that there are points where if you overcompensate on him, where they did throw a lot of resources into killing him early, the rest of his team can still come in and kill you because of all the distraction that the Genji is providing. The rest of Russia, no slouches. They go through, they get the trades they need, and now, by the way, speaking of Shadowburn, he is going to have ult up in just a moment, so if they need a little bit extra to take this point, they're about to have it.
I don't think they will. I mean, Unfix is going to pick up 2 from afar. I mean, Shadowburn pulls out the Dragon Blade. Don't know if they really needed it to take it. You see, he's just going to have that deflector right in front of Shaw. He doesn't want to fire any bullets. Lets Red comes in, tanks him out, and that'll be the first point Russia is able to get to. The relative ease, and now we'll see how they try and set up and get aggressive here on the offense, because they can really just kind of trap Chile in this hallway if they're really aggressive, Russia, and then they would take the second point very fast.
That is one of the things about Route 66 is that coming out to reinforce second can be very difficult. It is somewhat of an attacker's advantage, but Chile is able to get out there. They are reinforcing here on top, and this is kind of do or die. Russia, though, they have a lot of ultimates up. Anak with the ground time. He's going to set up right now. Got to pull in almost the entire Chilean team here. Russia looking for the fall through. They don't have it just yet, but Shadowburn built an ult off that, Mr. X.
Yeah, but he's going to drop as soon as the fight begins, and you see a sound barrier, though, coming in from Chile, so they're able to pick up 2 kills. This looks like it should be a defensive stand. They give that nano boost to Shah. You see him, though. He gets put to sleep by Rubicon, so nice sleep dart there from Rubicon. Now it's going to be Russia falling back a little bit, gathering some of their teammates. Now they have to get back towards the payload, but it was a good initial hold there from the side of Chile, but here comes Shadowburn with the Dragon Blade. It's going to be an Earthshatter coming in as well. He's going to be able to pick up 3, make it 4, and that is just a disaster for Chile as they all fall.
I'm getting flashbacks to the last series we just watched where you see a Genji get a 4-kill right here in the middle of part 2 of Route 66. It has been a banner day for Genjis, and we're just going to go to a replay here just to see it once more. Beautiful stuff coming out from Shadowburn as he picks up 4.
Yeah, and that's where you think that, the Russian attack that stopped, right? You saw Shadowburn die at the beginning of that fight. It looked like Chile had gained some control, but because Russia's able to disengage there, wait for some teammates, they're able to attack right away very fast, and you see just Chile was not set up for that.
No, not at all, and the momentum continues here for Russia. They do have a sound barrier on the way. They're going to be able to be aggressive, go in with barrier and speed, and Chile could get caught off guard here. Chile trying to reestablish, but Russia, they're in a good position.
Yeah, it looks like Chile trying to get some of this high ground here, but they got to be careful, ZP. If they fall here, I think Russia's just going to kind of coast this payload on in, and you see the guys on Chile, they look like they're a little bit split right there. They go and take that high ground, and then as soon as Russia pushes up, they just fall back. There's really no fight coming in from the Chile side. I would like to see them engage right there, and they're going to use their Graviton Surge. You see a sound barrier come in from Godspeed on Russia. It's going to be ANAC picking up the first kill in the fight, and although you see the Graviton come in from Chile, it's going to be Russia in complete control.
And that was Godspeed. The sound bear was able to mitigate a lot of that Graviton. Chile's still in this fight, though. ANAC versus War right now. Back and forth, a tale of 2 Zaryas. But take a look at this right now. It's still going the way of Russia. They have more people in the fight. They have the numerical advantage. They're able to push forward and keep the payload moving. So for Chile, they're going to be down to their last defense here in just a moment. They will be able to sound barrier in, but Shadowburn has shown that he's good enough with his Dragon Blade that he can go in, and here he goes right now. Dragon Blade Nanoboost on the way, has gone to the back line and gets an all-important first kill.
Yeah, and he's just cutting through the side of Chile. Chile uses their sound barrier there. It does not help them stay alive for long. As you see Shadowburn and Co. just cutting down the side of Chile. You're going to see they're going to have to switch to a Winston, but it might be a little bit too late. They're not going to be able to contest a fantastic time here set by Russia. They get all 3 points with over 2 minutes remaining in their time bank. It's going to be very hard to combat that.
And that is a lot of time left for Route 66. It's one of the maps in the game where you really don't have much time as an attacker. It's where plenty of times where closely matched teams, either team will actually get to the end. So the get to the end and then get to the end with 2.5 minutes left, that is an incredibly fast time by Russia. And now Chile, tournament or exhibition life on the line. They're going to have some trouble here trying to get through, finish out the map, and then deal with Russia's time bank advantage.
Yeah, we talk about how strong the DPS players are for Russia, but right there, it was their tanks that came up big. Reds goes 12-0, ANAC goes 12-0 as well, so the tanks putting up a very good performance there for Russia on Route 66. Now it'll be Russia's turn on the defensive side of things. The Shadowburn gonna go with that Genji. There's no reason to switch him off of it. He has been so good with it and unfixed. We'll go with McCree. It'll be interesting to see what Godspeed locks in. Could be, I know, either Lucio, Zenyatta, potentially, obviously another support to go with on it. It'll be Lucio, not Chile. On the offensive side of things, I do like the idea that they get a Winston, gets them a little bit more engaged. They can try and force the side of Russia down from up top, Big Earls.
And the Winston here is good too, just because even though they don't know it, they're not going to be running into a Reaper in the very beginning. I would probably expect Unfixed to maybe change up to a Reaper just to deal with the Winston if he dies and they're still holding up here. But overall, Russia does have enough DPS firepower to deal with this attack coming out from Chile. And again, Juan's going to be on Ebrand here to try and shut down Shadowburn once more.
I mean, it has not happened thus far. I mean, Shadowburn has just had his way with Chile. Braun has to do a really good job trying to counter him, and it's very difficult. Not many people can counter Shadowburn's. Genji is just way too strong. Chile will be on the attack here. They need to take this to force a game 3 in this best of 3 series, and be Shadowburn early, just trying to get some poke damage, trying to build closer towards that ultimate. Now you see he's going to see a lot of the players there on Chile, so have an idea of what kind of comp they're running, what they're trying to do here early. Shadowburn, just not scared right now. CP just playing very aggressive.
And he does this to build up early ult charge. He's not really looking for an early kill when he's in a 1v6 situation, though sometimes he will get it. He just looks for the ult, and you look at this now, he's already just about at 50%. That's big. He's making the most of these poking opportunities and wants to get the Dragon Blade up ASAP.
Yeah, and there comes the engage in from Serpent now, but they had nothing to really heal him. As soon as he just tries to get back towards the team, he's dealt with quickly by Shadowburn, and Shadowburn picks up a second one there. Shaw trying to hunt him down. Just not going to be working for Chile right now, as you see just the Russian attack just pushing them further and further back towards their spawn. And now Shadowburn has worked his way up to a Dragon Blade. You'll have Unfixed with a Deadeye, so Russia already has some utility to work with in this next fight.
They will have that utility to work with. And one thing for Chile that I'd like to see is that the Winston just sort of dove in on the top for initiation. There wasn't a whole lot with him. It'd be better if he held back and dealt Shadowburn, but hang on. We do have a nano boost down. Here comes Shadowburn. Not the recipient of the nano boost, but still going in nonetheless. And he's going to get taken out immediately. But Russia still has his back.
Yeah, we have Serpander now. We had the nano boost coming in from his Ana, but now it's going to be Rubicon for the side of Russia. He has his nano boost available to give to one of his teammates, but the Graviton comes in from Russia. They will not have to use the nano in this fight. As you see, they wipe the rest of the players of Chile, so now Chile is going to have to go back off the spawn, get to work. I'd like to see them potentially get a Zarya to partner with this Winston, because I feel like Winston's just jumping in for the side of Chile, but he's just never able to stay alive for long to really be effective.
Zarya would be very effective just to keep him alive for longer and give him more mobility to maybe get on Shadowburn. But going to this next fight, it's going to be rough. Soundbearer's up from Russia, and they're going to use that to just engage, get in Chile's face once more. And Chile, they haven't really responded well to being aggressed upon. They're not coordinated, and it's rough. But here we go. Shao moving in. Dragon Blade after ready. Sound barrier in. Looking for that pick on Ana. Not going to get it just yet as Rubicon stalls out the entire duration of that Dragon Blade.
Yeah, and it was Godspeed's able to take out one, but you see, just they invest a lot into the fight, Chile. I mean, they use their sound barrier, they use their Dragon Blade, and they're only able to get 2 kills out of it. Roar Scratch, though, with a nice pin of Reds against the wall. Shadowburn, though, picks up 2, grabs a 3rd as well with the Dragon Blade. And just when you thought things were starting to go in Chile's favor, quickly shut down with that powerful ultimate.
So support positioning doesn't always get the most love during casting, but let me just say for Rubicon, even though he was sort of doomed to die there, the fact that he was able to buy those extra seconds, not let Genji get a good dash reset into the rest of his team with the Dragon Blade, that was huge, and a very good play by Rubicon to really stall that out.
And ZP, you see they're actually going to switch from McCree over to Roadhog here for the side of Chile. Do you like the decision or not?
I think Chile just needs to try something here. Ibrahim wasn't getting too much on McCree. Why not go for the Roadhog? Hope you get the Miracle Hook. This set up your team. Do you see the Winston coming in over the top? Has to immediately back off in Russia. Not too damaged as a result. Graviton comes in, they pull it for it. Shadowburn diving deep in once more.
Yeah, I understand the decision to switch some things up, go with the Roadhog, but I feel like you just needed more support for the Winston. I feel like Zarya would have been a nice move here for Chile. It's going to be Russia just cleaning up some final kills here. Ibran just trying to stay alive as Hog, just being forced back by Unfixed. He's quite low though, only 2 HP. Get some heals from a teammate. And now ZP, 27 seconds left. They stall this out. Now they take out Ibran, so he's going to be out of this next fight at the beginning.
This is the final attempt for Chile, and they don't even have 6. That stall coming out, or the staggering coming out at the very end, so important from the side of Russia. Chile, maybe they can touch the payload to force overtime, but their positioning not going to be there, and they're lucky Unfixed didn't get that pickoff just there. But here we go. Final attempt from Chile on the table.
Oh, and you see Shadowburn go up high, comes down low with the Dragon Blade. He's able to get one, just carving through the side of Chile, and you see all the kills going in favor of Russia. Just one more on the point. Vardok is dealt with quick. It's a Primal Rage for Winston, the only one alive. That falls with a quickness there for Chile. Things unravel there at the end, and Russia gets a 2-0 win.
Everything that Russia wanted to go well in that series went well, and in particular, there was no answer to Shadowburn, but it would almost be unfair to focus only on Shadowburn because even though he was playing well, he had phenomenal support coming from the rest of his team. We saw what Rubicon did in order to drag out a Genji ult. We saw in general this DPS support coming in from Unfixed. This Russia team is really operating on multiple levels.
Yeah, you know, Russia's just really well balanced, right? I mean, we talk about how strong Shadowburn is. That one on Route 66, you saw great play from their tanks, Reds and Anok. But enough from me and ZP. Let's go back to the desk to get their thoughts on this Russian win.
Thank you, Mr. X. Wow, guys, we're coming over to the analysis desk. I don't know how much analysis there is to do here.
I think I got this one. I mean, Shadowburn is really good on Genji, and everybody else can clean up if he can't get the kills. That's about it.
That was strong plays. I think
there you go.
it was literally like the end of the